We are live. Hello and welcome to Reckless Moves. My name is Michael Cremeen. I am the Dungeon Master, and I am pleased to introduce all of these players who are about to wreck all my plans. It's the part and plight of the Dungeon Master, which I appreciate and embrace. So, let's start with Matt. Tell us about your character, Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt. I play RKM, who's just a little guy and apparently one of many. Or at least two.
Oh.
We're going to meet your family.
I assure you we're estranged.
All right. Mandy, who are you?
I'm Oob, a plasmoid warlock, and he's just here to have a good time, maybe mess some things up, not on purpose, just for fun.
Very cool. Colin, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I play Arthur, a tiefling bard. I mostly just play instruments and talk to people.
So it's your gap year?
Yeah.
One might say he's
Roger,
instrumental in our
who's a
plans.
stealthy rogue. Tell us about your character, Arthur. Or Roger.
I'm so stealthy you can't even see me right now. Shadarkai, Phantom Rogue, Sneaky Sneaks, stabs twice.
Hey,
Nice. And Rob, tell us about your character.
so, all right. Have you ever seen Air Kick-Ass? That's pretty much me. Well, I'm an edge and Aussie, barbarian, bar trade, but you know what? I got some magics in me. So I'm either making things look real cool or real bloody.
Okay, then. And well, let me give you a little recap because it has been a little while. The party is in the northeastern city in the land of Alenoria in the city of Merivek. They have infiltrated the city through stealth and a little bit of stench by going through the sewers to the back door after finding an ally in the Fox's Blade, the inn where they met someone who they almost defeated a while ago, Ansort, who they befriended. Also, Ridley befriended some rogues, reading some thieves' cant in the Blade, meeting Ardali, an assassin, and Faradello, a rogue trickster. Now, the rumors that you heard and you saw someone you recognize from the past. Jansen is his stage name. Your old friend Quillith also was infiltrating the city, getting a guard, Aleph, drunk repeatedly to get information about what was going on here in Mervik. It turns out that the king of the city, Ilis Niete, you have heard a couple rumors at the bar. One, that she was making devices for creating constructs somewhere in the city. These autonomes like RKM. And you also heard that only in the last couple years, since Sindori, an assistant or consort to Illis, made her very paranoid. People that dissented have been dropped off the city into the sewers. Thus, kind of leads you to know why you found a couple people who were devouring dead bodies and stacking them and dissolving them in the sewers. You saw some of this in one of the people that Oob befriended using telepathy. Now, so you had agreed to meet our Dolly and Sindori. Ardali and Fairwell to make some plans for what you guys may do. And what surprised you is who they brought along was someone named Seifer, who looked exactly like RKM. So SFR, or Seifer they called them, was brought by these guys. Well, they were out on the balcony and they went from their room to yours in this connection, and that's where we left it. So, party, I'll leave it on pause, but you can just tell me what you're doing. For those following along, we've had some wonderful issues with a sudden upgrade to Foundry, so we're going to theater mine a lot of this until that's done.
Anyone remember why the last thing done is me disguising myself?
You,
I mean, hilarity does ensue, I'm sure.
you wanted to disguise yourself as, I think you wanted to disguise yourself as
Oh,
another.
that's right. Hello, I did Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, you are about very tall, slightly larger woman.
Curvaceous, darling.
So, party, what do you do?
Oh, we have a new guest. Are we having snacks?
Snacks. I love
Of course.
snacks.
Oh, fantastic. What do you eat, Quillif?
Well, whatever's put in front of me, most often. But
Oh,
I am prone to venison and vegetables. You know,
Reminds me
stews.
of my sons. I shall feed you correctly. And I have no idea how to cook and try to sit in a room and find myself a servant.
He just makes air biscuits.
Oh my goodness.
What are air biscuits?
Something that you're not capable of.
Okay.
I'm so glad I saw your video pop up, Matt, with doing the air biscuits. And then you...
Air biscuits.
All right, so y'all can deal with this problem. I'm gonna go talk to some form of servant outside to get some food.
Yes, you can go downstairs and you're familiar, but you look different. With Bonor, the bartender, downstairs, and you know they have a kitchen, and you always ordered from the bartender or the waitress.
Hello, my dear friends. Do you have any venison I could use?
I mean, we have some wonderful stews we can send up, along with some freshly baked breads. And what kind of drinks would you like?
Oh, the stronger the better, darling. This undercarriage can go through many reefs.
How many people are we feeding?
A
ma'am?
flock, my dear boy.
Are you staying here at the inn?
How dare you not remember me, and I'll pinch him upon the cheek.
Ma'am.
Yes, my dear boy.
I'm married, ma'am.
That's not what your blush is telling me. Yes,
Well,
of course.
I
Just a little
mean-
bit of
Look, how many people are we serving? Prepare a platter. Usually it's, a few gold each for food, baked bread, platters of like a charcuterie or two. We have lots of cheeses to go with the breads for dipping into the stews. And we will send up how about a small keg of ale, a small keg of mead, and we do have like a carafe of a whiskey or something.
all the words you say, Magic Man, are fantastic to my ears. Please, if you don't mind, and I'll throw some gold upon the table.
What? Right away, ma'am. What room are we in?
One
And
that I'm
you're
staying
in room,
in.
You're in room 7.
That's 7, definitely.
Oh, yeah. You must have joined the party.
You don't expect those ruffians to take care of themselves. Have you seen the blue one? Completely useless.
Fair enough. We will have that up presently.
Oh, I reach in for another. I don't pinch his cheek, but I'm seeing if he liked it.
We'll bring it right up, ma'am.
Next time, my little port fellow. And I'll go back up to the room.
You didn't know that dwarves could blush, especially gray dwarves.
Aw.
So, so
What
you
did he
have food on the
accept?
way. You have food on the way.
Yeah. All right. Go on, Colin. You're our face.
Yeah, he looks jaundiced now.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So in the room, the rogues that Ridley meant, I didn't rename them, but Ardari and Fairlell, they look at Rockham and they go, "Oh, you have your own. Okay, I didn't know you'd been here that long. I thought you were new."
Not that new.
I'm pretty well weathered, actually.
You do look like you're a little tarnished, like you've been in battle a lot.
I've seen some things.
Yes. So, Seifer, sit in the corner, and he goes and sits in this table on the corner.
So Rockham kind of
He looks at you, and he hasn't said anything yet. You know he hasn't said anything yet. Seifer hasn't.
so I'm gonna
You guys
Kinda walk
talk amongst
down
yourself
to,
for a second.
next to Seifer and kind of take a look at him and just kind of go, "Hi, I'm Rockham. I've never seen one of me before."
Oh.
Are you beat down, Dad? Did you leave your children behind? Is this what, is this the arc? Is it all of just Rockham's children?
Excuse me, I don't understand that remark.
So, Fairlell's like, well, have you given any consideration to our offer?
That to me?
Yes, Ridley. Remember, gave you a couple options. One was to hunt down some people in town who were guards that had acted out, but they were interested in possibly raiding the laboratory there's three options: the laboratory, the library, or going after the throne room for Niete, and Sindori, who's his assistant.
Oh, okay. I didn't have any of those in my notes.
Yeah.
Probably
That's why we do recaps.
I would be very interested in seeing the laboratory personally.
Well,
And while he's piping up unbidden, he's trying to poke the Seifer to try to get him to talk. Hey, you're being rude.
Actually, I trust Rockham's judgment. We could do that one.
Really?
Don't make us regret it, man.
This is your one, darling. Shine
So-
bright like a diamond.
so we could head down the main street, as long as we're normally the servants aren't programmed to speak, and Seifer actually says out loud, "We can speak.
Ah.
We are instructed not to, generally."
Oh.
Well, that's no fun.
Hey, Rockham, or RKM.
We are built to serve, right?
RKM is not our servant. He is our companion.
What? This is now. Our Dolly speaks up. What is wrong with him? Did you? I don't understand. You're saying he's sentient?
Yes, he's a trusted member of our party.
And he has quite a scent on him. Pretty much blood and motor oil. So he's very much sentient.
It's okay. It's not my blood.
He's very helpful. He has saved our lives on several occasions.
But how?
I think, therefore I am.
Life finds a way.
He's very talented at creating things.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah. I love tinkering, and I have spoons.
Lots of spoons.
Lots of spoons.
I'm confused. What does this have to do with spoons?
It's easier
I,
if you just accept it.
I pull out my flash spoon and generate some light with it, and then put it away.
They do more than that, but
See, spoons don't normally light up like that. Is one of his many skills. Perhaps if you put more trust into these beings, then you may find out that they're much more valuable than you thought.
Yeah, and I could poke around in Seifer over there and see what he wants to do.
Or you could just ask him, Rockham.
And he
if-
looks at you like, want?
It's like when you tell yourself to do something.
that's the most profound thing I've ever heard.
Uh-huh.
Right there, Rockham. You put me to divinity.
Well, I guess we could lead you to the laboratory, and Seifer says, I can show the place of building.
Ooh.
That would be fun.
Will it be a problem for Rockham traveling with us around the city?
No, but generally, if you don't want to draw attention, he would be walking behind you and not talking unless instructed. Like, this is not a normal thing.
Rockham, would you be all right using that as your disguise?
Well, you know, it'll be the easiest disguise I've ever worn.
Exactly. There's nothing to it.
So I will be Gust's little Rockham, and then I can walk a little bit behind him, and he can be in front.
Okay. We you head back out to the streets of Maravec. You walk down. Well, let's pause for a second. You are brought an amazing meal. For those of you that eat, it is so the stew is fragrant that as it to bring up the trays, it takes 3 of them to bring up all the food.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 more people to bring up all the alcohol. So, laid out on this dining area where you're meeting, you have a huge bowl of stew that's filling the room with the smell of like venison, kind of a vegetables, and you smell the blend of ales and whiskeys that are filling this small room. They leave you with a stack of plates, tons of silverware, lots of napkins, and you are very, very filled in the next hour or so. It is
By the way-
fantastic food.
By the way, Oob, I just figured out why I was Mrs. Doubtfire. They've seen you and me. So, so you can be in the bucket and I have to be somebody else.
Got it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why. Because we went through the front door and they're currently hunting down those people. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a bounty on you guys. That's
Yeah,
right.
right. So that's why I'm Mrs. Doubtfire, and that's why you're currently a bucket.
Okay, I'm hiding.
Or you can be a pearl upon my necklace.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Oh my god!
You just have like one green pearl in the middle.
Yes.
I love it. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, fantastic. Took me a second to remember why the hell I was Mrs. Doubtfire, but that's why I'm Mrs. Doubtfire.
One green. string.
Yeah, one great. Yeah, that's awesome. That works.
It's an accent.
Oh, and when we go to the laboratory, it could be under the guise of me needing a little bit of a buffing up because
Oh.
they so astutely pointed out all the flaws in my appearance.
Oh,
Oh, you're beautiful, my dear.
just need a little maintenance.
Well, you did travel through the sewer.
I mean, some hygiene is necessary, but
I mean,
I punched a
you
dragon.
did clean up afterward with prestidigitation and in the room, remember? You had buckets of water, which Oob realized there are more buckets than the one she stays in. There are
Oh,
plenty of buckets in the world.
Oh,
So many buckets.
So
for
many
little
buckets,
time.
so little time.
well, at least if I break this one, I can get a new one.
I've taken
That's true. That's true.
I've taken lovely ladies shoe shopping before. I know how this episode goes. Fantastic. Yeah, but let's go to the where was Rocket built? What was it called? The laboratory?
The laboratory in town. And because of the upgrade, I won't be able to put your characters on the sheet, but I can put a stream on there and we'll theater of the mind what you see.
Cool.
I will be able to, I should be able to pull up the map. And again, this will all be solved after this upgrade completes in the next who knows how long. So you go down the street of Maravec. These rogues kind of lead you. You pass to the east. You see in the distance this tower you saw before and you heard the guard talk about. The I got a warning from Forge.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We can do a theater of the mind.
Yeah. Um,
Forge tell you that you and your companions are doing such a good job that they can't stand it.
Oh,
they're really offended. Well,
Oh, well, then we're doing better than I thought.
Let me-
Thank you guys
let me
for
see
saying
if
I
I
was good at
can
creating.
get the token
yeah.
on here for the stream.
I'll say one thing though. I'm really bad at drawing. I don't know why. Whenever I draw a person, they have 6 fingers.
Only on the right hand?
Yeah, and I can never get the eyes right either.
You know what? I'm sure that a swordsman probably killed your family, and you should probably prepare them to die.
Okay.
Oh no.
Honestly, I could have been one of any
Anybody
number of
know
swordsmen.
that?
Yeah, I got you.
Only on the right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to theater of the mind this. I can pull up Maravek, the town, but I can't pull up the lab.
Darn you, Forge.
It's yeah,
Shakes
they're
fist.
having upgrade issues.
That's all right. It has to do more with Rockham's like going
So,
back to
You see the entrance to the lab. There are a couple guards outside, and they say, do you have an issue with your devices? What's the problem?"
I hit our bard in the ribs.
Our Rockham, our device
Rockham.
is our Rockham is our Rock'em Sock'em robot has he kind of like fell into an oil puddle and also accidentally tripped somebody, so he needs like some buffing up a little bit.
Yeah, he looks a little looks like he's been like in battle.
Well, like he wasn't really doing what he was told, so I kind of like beat him with a wrench a couple times. It's
Mm.
What the heck? So violent.
I am fuming under this. I'm not saying this. I'm thinking it.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how this works here. Like we just got this version. I mean, we're so far mostly happy with the service, but I mean, I don't know. Is this like a car wash? What's the deal here? Do we just like hand you off our Rockham to take care of for the oil change? What's happening?
Well, if you have an issue, I mean, we can trade in or
Well, I mean, I'm kind of attached to this one.
We've had this one for quite some time.
Yeah.
you won't have tokens here. I'm just going to use this as a kind of a touchstone. This one map is loading. This one map is upgraded of Maravek. So you were on the stream. There's all these broken things. Welcome to technology. It looks really neat on our map. The tower in the center, as you go around it, you see guards peeking out. Nothing happens. The laboratory is right here. So you basically go around the tower. It's the kind of triangular, or can you see on the map where I'm pinging?
I don't have any. Oh, there it goes. Yes,
Okay.
I can see.
So you go up those stairs and they say, well, come on in. And you're all escorted in. There is a human sitting at the desk. He's kind of older. He's a little balding. He's got like a gray goatee that's very long and pointed. Can I help you? What
We-
seems to be the problem?
Does anybody recognize this guy?
Mm,
Do,
I don't.
you
do
don't.
I recognize this guy? I
No.
have theoretically been here before.
You don't, because remember, you didn't have any memory of where you came from until you heard of other constructs in this area.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, we came in to have our Rockham looked at. He's a little weary.
I
He
don't, I don't remember. Wow, you are worse for wear. Do you need a new body, new features? Like maybe your helmet's got scars on it. What's happened to you? What happened to him?
well, he wasn't doing quite what he was programmed to do, so he got into some trouble, as it were.
Saying mean things about my body.
What? Wait, hold on. You said
Did-
you said something about new features. Can we give him like a flamethrower? Like, what's the deal here? What kind of features can we implement?
No. I mean, just new plates, new surfaces. We could buff them up, oil them
Okay.
up. SFR, you look good. SFR,
We just don't
fairly
wanna
recent.
him.
And the rogues speak up. He's been fine. We have a problem with this one. And one of the rogues goes up and has a conversation, whispers in his ear. And then the next thing you know, the guy goes,
I feel as though we should
he's
maybe
not
kill this person.
moving.
Oh,
Oh,
not moving.
that's
then-
different than what I
And
thought
she
was
goes, "Oh, it's just a little paralytic. It has the effect of a short-term memory loss. So, let's just go on. This is boring." And she says, "Come on, SFR."
This is sketchy, guys.
happening.
Oh God, I'm not the guy to do this. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. Maybe somebody should look up to see if we could figure out how he was built and why in the first place, since we're right here at the database.
Well,
History?
on the,
Okay, I could do it, but you guys have to tell me to.
Yeah, plug him in.
Okay. Ooh,
well,
we'll
this
s-
guy's
we'll tell him
paralyzed.
happy birthday.
You
Talk
see
him through
ahead
it.
of you a hallway with two large doors to the west and east, and ahead of you those are hallways, and ahead of you are big double doors, and they say, "Well, we've never got this far because we just ordered SFR, and he's been fine." And SFR goes, "Were you made here too?" Asking Rockham.
You know, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking probably. This seems
Um,
to be where we come from.
So
I'll look for a tramp stamp, and underneath his foot, is there like a made in horribleness?
there are, you don't know, well, you've never seen any markings that you've noticed in all of your journeys. Hey, Rob, your microphone is sometimes making part of your head disappear when you back up. Just
I should like, Simon.
there you go.
All right. So if you guys can direct me to the records room, I could figure out, when I was made and maybe.
We don't know where that it is. Let's go find out. And they both kind of step aside and let you guys go first.
Ooh. Okay.
Can you guide us?
We've never been here before. I mean, I got past
Not
this
awake.
guy. I don't feel like I want to, waste a lot of, neuro on, paralytic on everyone. Plus, it won't work on some things. So, all right, we can all go together. And they kind of look
Let's
up and they get very quiet. And they both peek around each of the hallways like they've done this before. They take each aside. They slide down the sides silently. And Ridley, you appreciate this and you recognize this stealth that you have exercised so many times.
Right.
And they peek around the corner, either side, and they wave on, and they both go past the hallway and listen at the double doors.
Right.
Is there any like credentials, like I'm sorry to say key card, but is there like a key card that we could try to suss out at the
I
death?
could detect
Is the door
thoughts.
locked?
The door does not appear to have a lock on it, but they listen to the door. I don't hear anything. They symbol. Point to their ears. Nothing.
So, I guess I'm gonna open the door.
You're gonna go ahead on your own and open the door?
Well, unless someone else wants to.
Can I detect thoughts? It says I can search for thoughts within 30 feet of me. I don't have to necessarily see them. I can also penetrate barriers.
I see.
So can I see if there's anyone on the other side?
You can. I'm gonna change maps. This map is not working for the stream. I'm just gonna go on Lori until we get into something that I can load.
Okay.
Okay. Aloria is pretty to look at.
And also we can, there we go. Maybe that'll work better for the stream too. I think the fog effects and the smoke coming out of the smokestacks was affecting the stream.
Ah.
So
So
in
the-
the northeast, what you can see on the map now is where we are. We're in Merivek in the northeast. That's the city where the last sessions have been. So as you open the door, let me describe. You see something that if you had the ability to shiver, it would cause you to feel something. Well, you tell me how you would respond. It is a large laboratory, in the center of which there are 6 different stations where there are constructs like you who are in various stages of building. There is on the floor a large drain in the center where there is a mixture of oil, and you can smell that kind of like the iron smell of blood and the smell of oil mixed together. On several shelves along the wall, there are there are a couple, what look like, you don't know, the size would make you think probably humanoid brains. There are some organs. This is all in the wall to the east. There are various jars with pieces of flesh and such in them. In the far wall, there are devices you recognize where there were flesh golems, the same devices that you all recognize from the experience at the under the hospital, where you and Quillith, who is seeing this, lowers his head a bit, and you see this kind of. You don't need a lot of perception to see fury in his eyes, because where you found him, he was destined for one of those flesh golem machines. So all of these pieces seem to be what you remember, including along the northwest wall, a pile of dead bodies. Naked dead bodies piled up in a lot of them.
Ugh.
Four of the
God, this is
stations
so cool.
are manned by people in like white coats, very similar to the people working below the hospital many sessions ago. The coats are not white any longer, as they have blood. One's holding a cleaver, and the other three have wrenches, and one of them has kind of it looks like a very sharp flame. And they all stop what they're doing and look up and go, "You have a problem with him? I mean, what did you do to that thing? Oh my God."
Oh, good. Then you're the man in charge. Arthur, will you
Ma'am,
please,
we're not in charge. We just work here. The guy in charge is out front.
what we're
Oh.
looking to do is upgrade our unit.
I see.
Yeah.
Specifically, we would like to understand how they're created and what is the hole in his programming.
Well, we have several, and they, one of them walks over to a, basically a large double door, and opens it up, and there are about 10 units that look exactly like Rackham.
Do I
Oh.
look like I'm looking for the base model?
Well, wait a minute. And he looks over. Why do you have a central visor? Because there's one difference, is that you have in your helmet, remember from the token, you have the ability with two eyes in kind of almost like a Mandalorian helmet, right? Where there's a slit, but there's a slit vertically and horizontally, because you actually have eyes. They're slightly different of what you see in the storage unit.
Oh, my good man, that works upon toil. This was an aesthetic choice. I don't want things just to kill things. I want them to look good while they do it.
And Rockin just goes,
How good does he look? Exceptional, I believe.
Hey, and they yell, "Hey, Gary! This looks like one of the first ones." Gary? I'll be back. I gotta talk to the guy in charge. and he looks out. He goes, Gary, and
I step in front of him.
okay. Well, excuse me. I need. If you have questions, this one looks different.
How many people are here? How many people are working
There
this
are
factory floor?
4.
I'm gonna cast mass suggestion.
what's the DC?
I will tell you.
17.
Yeah, 17 wisdom save.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll roll on my D&D Beyond because I can roll here. I need to move my.
Man.
Okay.
I've played so many different types of bards. I've never used mass ejection.
Okay, 1 saves. I'm rolling as it's a stream. Actually, I'm gonna roll an average. Oh no, they have minus. Sorry, I have to re-roll. It's -3. Okay, they fail,
Okay.
and as a group.
Okay. A
What are you
sentence or two
suggesting?
is what I get. Yeah. I'd highly suggest that you give us the information that we're looking for and help us accomplish our goals here.
Does mass suggestion allow for that specificity?
Well,
Can you
yeah,
link
'cause
it?
it's not command.
Yeah, it's
like-
linked in there.
Yeah,
It's
it just
not
says
suggest a course of activity. That's all it suggests.
It's just
Magically influenced.
awesome charm. It's 12 people charm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
sometimes the bard's got a bard.
So, well, I mean, what information do you want? Like, Gary, he must be deep in thought. He's not answering, but what do you need?
I think he
Okay.
had to go to
Do you-
the restroom.
Yeah, Gary, he just wasn't quite so responsive to what we were asking. So he suggested we come back here and talk to you, good folk.
Okay, sure.
Well, I guess our best person to ask questions would be our little robot. Robot, ask our questions for us. Do
Hey,
as you
can-
are commanded, sir.
Come over
Hey,
here.
where-
I'll tell you about your making. Oh my!
Yeah.
I can see it. Oh my God! You're number 2. The first
Number
one didn't
2.
live, but
Rocco really is the shit.
we
the
stopped
OG.
we stopped using brains that were, I don't know how to put it. You're very I don't
Intelligent.
want to. They're reluctant to say, but they were told that there's
Oh my God, it was
something that's stopping them from telling you everything. Like we were made to. I can't tell. And one of them, the person that was talking, falls down and takes. I'll tell you in a second.
2 corresponding magics.
It
One.
is by violating this. Ooh,
Hey, I wonder if this is like the spell that Agnon cast on that guy to make him cooperate.
Ish.
The Gaius.
oh shit.
Does he die?
He
dies.
falls down dead.
Oh,
Well,
Why don't
And
you
it got
just tell
something.
me where the records are?
Hold on.
Yes. Oh no. Yes, I can do that. I can't. So follow me. He's struggling to not say certain things.
I'm gonna delete it, but I will get rid of it. But a minor health potion as I walk by. It's in the bottle. It's this poor guy who just
Okay,
killed.
so he goes, what?
What?
Oh. I wonder if Gaius breaks if they.
No. My spell shouldn't because we didn't damage it, but I don't know if Gaius does.
Yeah, if he dies, the spell should.
No, it says if you or if any of your companions damage a creature affected by the spell ends. But we didn't do it.
No.
Whoever cast Gaius did it.
Correct. It wasn't your doing. I'm being very.
Generous.
No,
Mhm.
Fair enough.
I've got
Malevolent God.
conflicting spells and trying to arbitrate. So this other person takes you and goes and turns one of the jars on the far wall, and a secret panel opens,
Secret tunnel.
and you are looking down a about a 40-foot tunnel with sconces along the wall illuminating, and at the end of the tunnel, as this assistant walks you down, you see on a stand one that with the same face mask you have, but without a helmet, and there is kind of frozen in time a version like you with except with eye stalks like you have, and there's attached to the jaw is missing from the helmet that is sitting on the floor.
Huh.
And then you see and in your mind you see something that now the spell that is preventing you from remembering, you remember a a creepy being with very large kind of jowly with moving almost antenna, using a wrench on you, putting your vision suddenly becomes with a helmet put upon you and says, you are the one that is going to defeat Porphonos.
Whoa.
Oh.
And you will not remember this until you return to this room. And this creature's not talking to you, but you understand it.
Do I
And
recognize
a
it?
flood
as,
of
like,
memories comes back to you that you were put into a box. You're a inside your breastplate, there is a hidden trigger which turns off your ability to process memories. They are still there, but you can't process them. So you are taken and you are put onto a boat with 5 other things like you. And these memories don't come clearly, but now you remember being put into a box, but you can still see out these slots as if they were used for shipping animals. So they had air holes, not that you need them, but they have air holes like a beast would have. So you could see through those holes that there were 5 other boxes like yours, and they were dropped, one at Zala, and you were on this boat. You remember them offloading, and then some people will come and take this. The last thing you remember is being up at Carburum, and that's when your memories started, where you got in your hand was left instructions to be an investigator.
Ooh.
Well,
That's
kinda
how
cool.
you became. That's how you found that you were supposed to go to Al Razil and present yourself as an investigator. But you didn't see any of the other 5 that were out there.
Was it a brown colored boat with 3 gold letters that look like a U, a P, and an S?
No, it was actually a galleon, but it might have been SS Ups.
Got it.
What can the brown boat do for you?
Hell,
Yes.
you could have possibly been delivered by the airship we currently fly on, because they were bad people before we took their boat.
Well, it sounds like if they wanted me to fight Porphonos, then I was the good person.
Yes, but I mean, you could have been delivered by the bad ones.
So you're remembering all this because you saw and passed through and saw where you were boxed up.
Mhm.
That's where all these flooded back. So you know you were made here. You don't know where anyone else is, but Seifer says, so you are different than me.
I guess so, little buddy. But you know what? Can I look in your chest?
He says, look in chest.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There might be something that I can do.
Okay.
I won't hurt you. I think.
We're gonna take that chance.
I install jar of.
He doesn't have the same thing you do.
Are there any switches that I can switch?
Not on this one.
Okay.
These,
I'm gonna figure
these-
out how to give this little guy
These
free will.
newer models were made for control, not for independent thought.
Okay.
You're part of the one visor generation, man.
An anomaly.
Nope,
All right.
there were 5 others.
But
Like-
he's the
like
only one
him,
with free
but-
will.
Are there any records in the room of my exploits since I was
Um,
dropped off? Like, were they keeping tabs on me?
There doesn't appear to be any journals in this room, where this hidden room back here. But in the laboratory, there definitely were some books, and as someone was taking laboratory notes in like scrolls.
So they didn't seem to be keeping track of me or any of the other independent autonomes.
I think that you're the only one. I think that they snuck you in.
Well, no, there were 5 other boxes that all got dropped off.
Yeah, but
So
like,
there might be more me's running around.
but
that
your
are-
creator
So
said.
Seifer says, I was made here too. Why are you are very smart And
Well, I don't like to toot my own horn that much, but yes, I am extremely intelligent.
Hold on. Do you have a horn?
No, but I can, and
you got a
one
spoon.
day. I have a spoon. Actually, I am going to.
Now I want you to roll a insight.
Oh, great. That is not my skill.
And actually, anyone, what did you get? 5.
5.
Those in the room, because you've overheard this conversation out loud, I would like anyone who's interested in. You can go back out in the other room. Roll me an insight. Those that are capable. Jesus. 220 Gust?
Well, I'm dumb. I am insightful from the mouth of babes.
Luck and Gust.
I got
Like,
a nat one.
It's you,
Like,
idiot.
guys,
We
don't
look
you
to each other.
understand that we could upgrade Seifer to be like Rockham?
Oh. Oh my gosh.
You guys were watching all of what the laboratory technicians were doing, and as you were observing, you realized that they had different helmets and different helmet types that were on the workbenches.
I look over to my bucket.
Well, I'm on your necklace.
Oh my!
Because
I
you're
look-
Mrs.
I-
Doubtfire.
I look down and go, "Oh, darlings, are you?"
You both at the same time go, "Did you know?"
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
go first.
No. Both of us at the same time, and I think
Yeah.
we just both reach out and grab fucking levers.
Yes.
Yeah. roll.
Okay,
1,
so
2, 3, and awesomes.
actually, the laboratory
leather
technicians look at Rockham and go, "Do you want us to clean him?"
Thoroughly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thoroughly, my dear.
they get out some
Smells,
they get out
smells
some
like the worst
polishing
for days.
rags. They cover him with a special substance, and they start cleaning Rockham. And these scratches, you realize, were on a surface layer above, like kind of a veneer above the actual metal. So they're buffing this out, much like you would if you had a slight dig in your car. They use a device and
Mm-hmm.
and about 10 minutes later, he looks brand new as he just arrived to be an investigator. So
Ooh.
many, a year ago now, more than a year.
I'd like to ask one of them a question.
Yes.
Are there any physical upgrades that this model could have, like to his armor or something like that? Any modifications?
Well, we have built them to self-modify. That's part of what they are able to do. As they learn and grow, they can modify themselves. Well, the first 6. This one, we could
not-
upgrade him, but I don't know. And for the first time, you hear, "Oh, we would like an upgrade, please," Ardali says.
I want to do the upgrade.
You want to do it?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay,
Cool.
so you now with your memory, and with the insight from your party, you realize there's an instruction manual for making the brain upgrade.
Oh,
Brain
nice.
upgrade.
So you have to twist off the helmet like you've had yours, and inside there is a mechanical It's purely mechanical to the best your eyes can see. Not like yours, which has, or you are an organic autonome construct mixture, right?
Yeah.
You have flesh inside some of your body. At least all you know is your head, but you may have other internal
Fleshy
organs
bits.
giving you connectivity with other, the ability to empathize.
Well, I have like an entire like nervous system or something.
Correct.
Welcome.
It's
Henry.
so this will take how long is the mass suggestion, by the way?
24 hours.
I was just about to say it's going to take about 8 hours. So,
Nice.
hey, we could help with the operation if you want to upgrade your SFR.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so
I'm excited.
I will not
Want me to
be
roll?
that graphic, but what they do is they open up the body completely. They go to the body pipe. They open the armor to open up the center piece. It splits right down the center and opens. They start assembling the flesh and bodies you're going to need. They take one of the bodies and they put it into a device that strips all the flesh completely off. And they go to another jar and they take a brain. I so wanted to his name is Abby, but I'm not gonna go there. Abby Normal.
That'd be normal. He my cousin.
He my cousin.
Oh, in the room.
I so want to go see Young Frankenstein again right now.
Yep.
Abby Normal.
Is that the brain of Hans Delbruck?
So they take this basically body, rip the flesh off, start opening the devices, putting the flesh in. They take one of the heads
Handy tool.
and they take, I can only describe it as a knife set, very strong knife set. And they basically scalp and take most of the flesh off the brain or the face off. So it's left with basically a brain, some eye stalks, and a stem. And they put all this together and they take this, close it up. This is this is a huge operation. It takes about 5 hours to do all this. And then they take him to that other room and they put him up on this pedestal where that's the first memory you have is being taken off that. They put him on that and then they say, okay, we better leave. And you don't notice this when you first walked in, but they walk out and they flip a lever and you hear this like growing electrical sound, like if you had to turn a crank to start an old car. It's getting faster and faster and faster. They shut that door and it's going to be a while. So, hey, you want to get some food? Gary, can you get us some food? Gary is very quiet. But are you guys hungry? Are you good? We ate dinner. we have shifts that correspond. So we had our lunch about 4 hours ago, so we're good. But are you hungry? Are you good?
Hold on. This is the second time that I had a hard time raising Gary.
Gary's the dude that they
Paralyzed.
they paralyzed. Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry.
He's been Garyalized.
Gary, yeah, been Gary.
Nice
Gary-
one.
Gary
He's been
said
Garrealized.
fitting well with him.
By the way, Rockham thinks that the procedure is like the coolest thing he's ever seen.
Yeah.
You wait for your own surgery.
Yeah.
None of you are.
Ridley
I would
Scott.
say for what you've seen and what you've done, like this kind of operation doesn't phase any of you. I won't make you roll Constitution or anything.
I would like to.
After you hear this, you hear a should be done, and then you hear the door moving aside, and SFR walks out and says, "These sons of bitches have been treating me like shit for a long time," and walks up and takes his fists and punches, and they're in combat. You guys can participate or watch. I will give you the choice.
Wait, is he fighting the rogues or is he fighting
Yeah.
the?
Fighting
The
our-
rogues who have been with this awareness of, because there was memory, there was sentience, but it was mechanical. But now with organic sentience and that memory of what he went through before, this is not a new. Well, he has a new brain. The memories aren't stored in the head. I can't tell you more than that because you don't know. But like,
Memories are stored in the butt.
Somebody get this man some RAM.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll try to lightning lure.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll lightning lure him towards me.
SFR.
Yeah, whoever. I mean, like, because we don't want to piss off our new friends that are rogues.
Oh,
I mean,
Any better, you know what I mean? Like, and they're very useful right now. So I will try to lightning lure. If he wants to fight somebody, he can fight.
no, I want to. I'm gonna try to interpose myself between them and the rogues and say, look. They didn't know what you were, so get a couple of good licks in, and then we can move on. And you guys do better.
That he packs a wallop. So
Don't you forget.
roll the attack for lightning lure, by the way.
Yeah, it's just bringing him back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to.
I'm gonna, for brevity's sake, you pull them off. Oh,
It's a saving throw.
I'll roll that.
DC 13 saving strength throw.
It would be okay. I'm looking at the bonus. Okay.
Should be -1.
Yep. Same as yours.
Wow. 0. I've never seen a 0. That was worth showing up just by itself.
I have rolled a 0 in this game.
So this guy goes to swing again and punch, and he's like, "Woo!" and he punches the air, and he goes, "What the hell was that?
Oh, darling. It's the coolest
That's
thing that I-
electrical." It kind of felt tickly.
It's like our tow cable, but it's made out of lightning.
Rockham, how do you process this? What are these? I want to destroy them, but I also don't, and
That
What do I
means you're
do?
family.
What?
When you want to destroy someone, but you also don't want to destroy them because you love them, that's family.
Sounds like emotions.
They are not my family. They were my users.
Yeah,
And-
well,
Oh, I've had ex-girlfriends too.
listen. Okay, they were told that you were an unfeeling object, and
And
they
you, and I
believed
was.
it. And you were.
That'll help in my case.
So you got your licks in. You packed a wallop from what I heard.
Darley says,
And-
"Hey, you could be one of us, not ours." And Parallel goes, "I mean, if you can do what this guy does, and I mean, we have a lot of things we could do."
I went toe to toe with an ice troll
And
and didn't
SFR
take any
says-
damage.
shouldn't we fix the other ones? I mean,
I don't think we have time.
We're doing a droid revolution.
You know what?
We got time for like one more.
We could do that, and both of us have seen the operation. Well, so they can do one more. The surgeons. We can learn what they did, and then after his little thingy wears off, we can tie them up and do the rest of them.
How many are there?
I believe that God said that there were 6.
yeah, there's
8 hours
six in storage, 6 full, but they're not activated yet. They're just in storage.
So that's 48 hours.
You've got enough. It's more than that. You can't operate 48 hours straight. You'd have to rest. You'd have to eat,
So
sleep.
Rockham and Seifer?
Well, I have to be motionless for 6 hours.
Okay.
They're
so
basically recharging.
talking
yeah.
like days.
Well, not really, but more or less. It's conserving energy.
Right.
I don't particularly want to be a woman for 4 days. Honestly, I'm starting to get hot in places I didn't know I had heat.
Oh my word.
Oh my god! This has
Okay,
been a
okay.
good RP session. So
Okay, let's
that-
do one more.
I'm asking what you're doing.
You know what? I think. Do these guys have written orders? Like,
You're asking them if they have written orders.
yeah, like if they have like an invoice they're supposed to fill or something like that.
They do, and they're
Hey.
supposed to be in 3 days delivering 6 Seaford type. Well, not now, but the mechanicals to Sindori, the assistant to Illis.
Hey,
in,
Ridley.
in 3
Can you
days'
ch-
time.
Hey, Ridley,
so-
can you change the invoice?
Oh, that's right. You guys
Certainly.
have, yeah, you have.
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to replace the order for that type with an order for a me type.
Okay.
And you could forge that, and then after we leave, even after the spell wears off, they'll
Well, once
fulfill
the
the order.
Bells wears off. I think they know they were charmed. Let me look.
It doesn't say they do,
That's,
but it doesn't matter because if it's on their order, they're gonna fulfill it, right? They're not the wisest bunch.
well, you know what you're doing if you change their orders? They're not. They. Go ahead. Sorry.
It does not say that they realize they've been suggested.
So let's change the work order
Yeah.
to make me types. So then when they deliver them to the assistant of the bad guy, they'll be like me.
Oh, God bless the heavens.
But if they're like you and they're working for the bad guy, Doesn't that put us at a disadvantage because they will have more of you than we do?
Oh, that's true.
What if I change the order to dumb them down more or make them lesser?
For a certain time, I do believe that would work. Like to have like a timer upon them getting their true actualization.
Or how
Yeah.
about we put in a kill switch that shuts them off? It doesn't hurt them, but it shuts them off. And it can be triggered by a word that we know.
That sounds like a good idea.
That's because they're gonna be pissed off, just like your other gentlemen.
Wait, are you suggesting that they build in? Let me think about this.
yeah,
You're
we're
suggesting they
essentially-
build in a turn off button.
A trigger word that turns them off.
Do you remember GoldenEye N64? We're laying a lot of proximity mines.
No. I don't want to hurt them. They're not going to explode. They're just going to shut off.
Oh no, they're gonna explode first of all by their newfound freedom.
Well, Seeper says, you know, how I was built before this. Oh, what is that?
Upgrade.
Gosh, it's like I can see things differently too. Anyway,
Yeah, that's called opinion.
yeah. And
You just wait till I get you some proper eyes.
Farrell goes, "Ugh, what have we done? Listen, we'll have some conversation about the the things you have me do later, but you know, I've seen some things too." And Farrell and Ardali look at each other like, "Oh, we didn't know you observed what we do." He goes, "Yeah, I've seen it all." And they both kind of like, blush a little bit.
Oh, what did he see? I want to know.
It's the same
Oh, well,
reason that-
they have this position. He goes, "Shut, shut, 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 shut."
This is
That was
why not
between
everyone
us.
can speak to cats and dogs. They see too much.
It's the reverse
Correct.
Dragonborn.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
So,
So
anyway,
I think that we just we change the work order to include a kill switch that shuts off the units with the term "it's time to party."
It's time to party.
So Andrew WK starts the fucking revolution.
well, hold on. So, I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna have to write this down.
I have to write that
I'm
down.
gonna say somebody else needs to write this down also.
So you're, what is the skill you're using? Forgery, Roger. Can you roll a forgery? What is a forgery?
I have a forgery kit.
It would be sleight of hand and forgery. If you
Yeah.
have proficiency in both, you get advantage.
Do you have? Yeah, you do have it. I'm looking.
You
Um,
got tools. And...
Yeah, roll me sleight of hand with advantage. I assume you're doing this kind of out of sight of the remaining laboratory guys. Well, there's now 3 remaining because you healed 1.
Yeah. I assume he's being very
I
subtle.
get advantage on it or
Yes.
forgery kit? Okay.
Hey,
Hey.
Jesus. Okay. These are orders from Sindori, stamped appropriately. They look exactly like the orders, and you show them to the assistants, and they're like, "Oh my god! Like, this is cool." But well, it's the orders are orders. But why would they want to shut off Like, it
Just in
doesn't
case-
make sense. Maybe in case like upgraded, like SFR,
Well, if you want,
and
if-
SFR
if
goes,
they wanted-
yes, exactly. In case they became sentient like us, we don't want them to be in the throne room and attack people. So you want to shut off. And see,
Yeah,
Seifer's
and,
like, yeah.
sometimes you don't want to be observed when you're trying reverse Dragonborn.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. I've seen too much. So, I guess. So, Gary, all of a sudden you hear, ugh, 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 where'd they go? What? And gets
Yeah.
up and looks back and sees you all in the laboratory. He comes in. He goes, "What is going on here? What?"
Well, they wanted to clean.
I must have fallen asleep or something. Like, and one of the lab guys goes, "Oh, these fine people, were sent from Sindori, and they have orders, and we have orders here to fulfill." And Gary goes, "I know, I brought them." And the lab assistants look at each other, go, "Okay, Gary, we'll get on it. We're gonna have to work like 12-hour shifts to get this stuff done." So, and Gary goes, "Well, that's what you got to do then. I'll see you in the morning, and I expect 2 of them done each day." And they look at each other, ugh. "All right, Gary." And Gary walks away, and one of them flips him off in the back. They don't like Gary at all, master suggestion or not.
Nice.
They've got
So-
good taste.
No, Gary's kind of a dick, isn't he?
So while we're when we leave, I would like to turn to the assistants and say, you guys should start a union.
What? Oh, union.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's kind of frowned
when you-
upon here in our city, but there were unions a long time ago in Miravec, but ever since the last couple of years, like, they broke up some of the unions and some of the union stewards disappeared. So I don't think we're gonna do that. Like,
Oh my God! So the
I don't know,
union
have
busters
you
is
heard of-
on now.
have you heard of the sewers? Like, if
The
people
sewers.
disappear all the time, and then all we hear was they went to clean the sewers, and we never see them again.
That sounds fascinating. Oops, like I want to go to the
if I were
sewer.
you, I would avoid the sewers.
We try to as much as
But
possible.
I want to go.
It's so stinky. Anyway, we'll get on. Thank you for helping us with the one. I mean, that was a lot of work, but these other ones aren't using sentience. They're mechanicals.
It's okay.
So, where are you heading? What are you doing
To the
from here?
sewers.
They're gonna fulfill their mission, and they will have a shut off word. Oh, one of them goes, "Oh, what's the word to turn them back on?"
Hmm.
Pineapple.
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 It's
But
very rare.
what if someone orders pineapple?
I'm doing the song.
How
You
about
could just make it turn on. Because, like,
No.
Hold on.
what,
It's
what
let's
difference
get
does
the
it
party
make
started.
if they're off, you
Let's get
know?
the party going.
I feel like it's the turn off that's
do
important.
make me giggle?
What the heck?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's
Can you
it.
spell that for me?
ANTIDISESTABLISHMENTARIANISM.
What he said.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Just like, yeah, kind of like it sounds.
With 20 intelligence, you too can spell anti-disestablishmentarianism.
I have a 10.
And the use of a
And
Google
Seaver
Doc-
goes, that is correct.
There you go.
Party hard, party hard.
Gust has a song stuck in his head now.
Oh, I'm gonna be stuck with it. Of all things, I'm gonna be stuck with Andrew WK for the rest of the night.
Sorry, that's quite an earworm.
Oh yeah.
All right, off to the library. Walk this way.
I will do the robot
Okay,
app.
so you leave, and as you walk out, Gary goes, they're working, right? And
Yeah.
wow, they did a good job on you. You look very, very polished. It's like you're new. And yeah, and SFR, you look good. And he goes, "Thank you."
Oh,
And he looks at him funny. Yes, I was also polished.
yep. The upgrades need to show less in the beginning.
And he
Yep.
he
That
just kind
means
of
that.
walks behind the two rogues, and as you pass, and he's looking over you, you do see a little Seifer.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get this robot a bow tie.
Just
That
like
would
a
be a great look. Like,
Right.
it's a auto gnome with one bow tie.
Right.
Just a decoration, or a nice hat.
I mean,
This
I have a
episode
disguise
really
kit.
has been I Rockham, hasn't it?
Get him a bowler.
Yeah, I do have a disguise kit.
bowler.
Is there a bowler hat and a bow tie in my disguise hat? In my
I'm
disguise
sure they're.
Guys can
Yeah,
choose.
a bowler would compress and be able to fit in the kit. You know,
Right.
you pop it out.
Mhm.
We making this guy gangsta like a like a grumbling old fool. Beautiful. He's a
So,
geek at that.
as you walk out, you are back upon the streets of Merivek, and there's a moment, and the two rogues look at you and Seifer and says, "I think this is where we part ways. We're gonna go back to the Blade, and we're gonna make some plans of including you, Seifer." And he goes, "I like that name, Seifer. Seifer. SFR, Seifer. I like it."
That's how
Nice.
we got Rockham.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Rockham, RKM, Rockham. I like it. So I will be Seifer.
Aw.
We will go back to the Blade so that I can do some rest. I am feeling exhaustion coming from the new build,
Yeah, thinking
but
is really
maybe we
tiring.
will cross paths again. Please come see us at the Blade after you go to the library. And you have access to the one level, right? Like everyone does. You're going to have to figure some way to get to the second or third level. I don't have any permission or anything. So,
We should be able to figure something out.
Don't we still have the room?
Yeah, it's our hotel room essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can go back up to base.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have to readjust the girls, darling. I mean, they're starting to sag.
are you going to stop the disguise back in the room? All right, so
Well,
you head
okay,
back to the
I said
blade.
readjust. I can't,
And-
I can't go out as me. They know they're looking for Gust, so
They are looking for Gust. And
Oh.
Oob.
Yeah. Oob definitely wants to stretch out.
So you
its
get back to the
legs.
room and you guys can be yourselves for a little while. And
Nice.
you do know where the library is. They gave the rogues told you that it's just past another couple buildings past the laboratory is the library.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's go to the library.
Yeah,
Maybe there's some stuff about the history of this
Well, it's-
city
it's-
we can look.
It is evening
Hmm.
when all this happened because it took 8 hours. So you might need, well, you didn't use any spells. You're probably going to need a long rest in your room. And the library will be open in the morning. It's open basically dawn to dusk.
right. And we also got to figure out a way for Oob to be able to interact because right this second, Oob is just stuck in the bucket.
No.
On the necklace.
Necklace. Yeah,
I
but
can speak telepathically,
that is
Yeah.
true.
so I
Fair
can
enough.
do that.
Yeah. And if we need anyone to squeeze into a small place, ooh,
Yeah. Just chuck your necklace in there. and
our
I
own
can take
personal flubber.
it.
All right. For the,
Flubber.
well, I'll repack the girls.
So long rest though.
Yeah.
So what
I
are
would
you
like a
just
long rest.
disguising as the next day, Gust?
Oh, this would be fun. All right. I am gonna come out as a surly cowboy-esque, like the head of a ranch
Ah.
Ooh.
Okay.
with like the piece of straw coming out the mouth, the whole thing.
Got it.
That's fun.
All right. So after a long rest, and they have brought up breakfast for you, along with some coffee and tea.
Well, it's not coffee. It needs to stand straight up. Honestly, spoon should be away.
Are you
Can I
heading-
be your belt buckle? Like a big green.
Listen, you are my belt buckle.
What are you
Yeah.
I
shaped
don't want to
as?
be in the bucket.
What are you
I'm just
shaped
like
as?
You know, like an oval, and maybe there's like
What's the design?
yeah. I won't. Well, I could go the basic horse route. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's fun. I'll have a horse doing like, it's like reared up.
Like the Ford Mustang thing.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, okay.
And
All
maybe
right.
there's like a little rope design around it.
So you're walking down the street with a construct, a tiefling who fits right in the city,
Damn straight.
a Shatterkai who also fits right in the city, a cowboy with a big belt buckle.
Yeah.
You,
And a vest and no shirt.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Uh-oh. That's scary.
Why?
Because you're rolling something. That means something's
Doesn't
happening.
always mean a bad thing.
You're not allowed to roll anymore. We've decided
All right,
as a
no more rolling.
group.
You make it to the entrance of the library without drawing any of the guards' attention to the tower, because you have to walk by it again. They do look out and look at this, and they kind of point down. And it's like, that guy looks like he's from the south,
Dang straight.
down from the desert. Maybe doing some ostrich farming. What are you doing?
Ooh.
They're talking amongst themselves, but they're trying to figure out what you're a rancher of. And they can't tell. He's got a big. Maybe it's horses. He's got a big. Maybe he's a rodeo guy. So, other than speculating what type of rancher you are, you make it to the library fine. as you walk through the open doors, you see, librarian desk. There were two. One is a tiefling, one is a human, sitting at the desk, and they're kind of like not really paying attention. And one of them looks up, and goes, "Can I help you?" Without even looking up at you. "What do you want?" And looks up. "Oh, wow. Nice belt. So, what can I direct you to? What are you looking for?"
Yeah, what are we looking for, guys? I don't know.
Yeah,
Rockham?
Rockham, what are we looking for?
You would have had
Uh,
this discussion.
Well, we probably want to. Oh, my friends here are interested in architecture. Is there any place we can look at the architectural history of the city?
Sounds like Robbie and Roger are having some audio difficulties.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Oh, Rob?
It sounds like based on the lack of sound.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh no. What happened?
Can you hear us, Rob? Roger?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I can hear us.
We can't hear
them.
you
Yeah.
suddenly. Nope. No sound.
I think a cable got knocked out.
Oh no.
It could be. Okay. They're fixing it.
Okay.
So anyway, that's why Rockham's speaking. Well, architecture was in the back, and there's some plans. We do ask for a moderate donation, and a few copper, silver, or something, to, so we can keep stocking good books, because it costs us a lot to get them in here.
I'm a belt buckle, so I don't got any money.
Hey, Arthur, pay the man.
Yeah,
The woman.
I'll give the person some money. I don't know what is a regular donation. A
They said
gold
copper or
piece.
silver, but
Yeah, I'll give him a gold piece. I don't deal with that.
Wow.
Crap.
aren't we a high roller? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, and she looks over at the tiefling, and they speak.
Oh,
They whisper to each other. We could give you a temporary pass to look at the architecture stuff on level 2 for a nicer donation.
Hello?
Kind of.
Hey, you're back.
All right. Roger, check.
Yep, check.
Yay.
yeah.
All right.
Nice to hear you. So for a larger donation, we can give you a temporary pass to level 2.
How long is temporary?
Like, today only.
She's
How
a
large
swindler.
is the?
If I had something
large is the
in this
donation?
hand that would make this other hand have a pass, maybe I could find that pass. If
Oh,
something was in this hand.
Oh, I
Now-
guarantee you have some funny shit to give.
Now
her.
I'll give her a copper piece.
Oh, come on, let's win. Let's win. Let's win.
Here,
Let's
keep
hit
her
that
gold.
That's just.
That's not exactly an upgrade.
What'd you
Uh,
give her the first time?
I gave her a gold piece.
All right. Inventory.
I am-
I'll slip her 1 gold.
I am
Other
fighting the urge to cast heat metal on that copper piece.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we want to get in. We want to
I'm
get in.
fighting the
We wanna
urge.
Get in.
I'm not gonna do it, but I want to.
I
Look
slip
in your
her-
inventory.
I slip her a gold in the other hand.
Most.
We gotta
Who
got
has
some.
more money?
Oh, I have money, but like we gotta have some funny shit to be able to give her.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't expect me to have any money because I'm a little automechanical
Bot.
servant.
Hmm.
So
Maybe. Oh, if this hand is so light, it had like 7 more in here.
Oh my word.
I have it. I'll
Bro.
give it. I have it.
Oh, here's a pass. Thank you so much, and hands 5 gold to between them each, which is a lot of money for them
Right. Fair enough.
for a librarian
Right.
in a very repressive city.
You buy yourself something nice, darling.
Yes, we will.
You don't look like her anymore.
So
Oh no! I've readjusted
Oh,
the girl. Oh,
what
no,
do
that's
you-
right.
what-
I'm not that.
You're right.
Now, what
Yeah, right.
Don't
My
readjust the
apologies.
girls. You're a rancher now.
Yeah, right.
So there is knowing
you just the boys.
Yes, a little lower there, dear.
knowing the David
I would-
decimal system, which is Dewey's brother, David. That's what they use in this city.
David's decimal system.
Yes,
Good old
that's
David.
so.
Dumb
There's a
David.
dumb
huge card catalog,
It's old.
and you have access to it. What I'd like what are you looking for specific?
I would like the architectural plans of the building that the big bad is in.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So roll either an insight or investigation as
I
you're
will
looking
choose.
through these scrolls. Whatever.
I will choose investigation because I am so much better at that. And just for good measure, I'm going to add +5 to that. And I'm going to add 1d4 to that,
Jeez. Okay.
which is only a 1. So that is 23 total.
Dang.
23.
all?
Yeah, you were able to find. You don't know how recent or thorough they are because architectural diagrams wouldn't have hidden doors. It wouldn't have. It has a laboratory, but it doesn't have the hidden storage or the hidden hallway.
Mm.
So you do see a map of the city, and of the major, you see the Fox's Blade. You do see. You notice the laboratory is missing those things, so you know that the map that you're going to receive doesn't have everything,
Hmm.
right? But nonetheless, you see that the map has to get to the throne room. There is a interior room, like an ante room,
Mhm.
and then there is a what looks like a smaller room with kind of inlets on either side, so that almost as if there's you have to go through this first room to get to the waiting chamber, which they call it the waiting chamber. And then there's throne room. So there's like a small room, a pretty big hallway. They call it the waiting chamber. And then they have the throne room.
Okay.
Off the throne room, there are what looks like a different, very large bedrooms that are off of the throne room.
Do those bedrooms have lavatories attached?
They do.
Okay. Ridley, can you copy this map or this layout for me, please?
Oh.
Certainly.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll. Like you're talking about a forger with
Mhm.
paper who can make an exact map of what these look like. Now, I won't say what's in them, like creature-wise or anything. It's just the architectural
And-
diagrams. It does have.
Well, Well, the other thing I would like to do is
You do realize that the the lavs or the bathrooms do connect down into the sewers because it does show the pipes connecting down and dropping into the sewers, and it looks like one room off of the throne room has a large pipe going down.
And
Uga's
next-
very excited
With-
about that.
It
And
has
I
a,
would-
it has a grate over it, like, but you
The
know
next
how
thing-
you have. Have you ever seen architectural diagrams?
Mhm.
They have layers often where you pull over one, it shows the electrical. Pull over one, it shows the HVAC. Pull over one, it shows the plumbing.
Yes.
When you
I
put it
would
all up, when you put the top layer down, you see what it all looks like together. But you have to peel back each paper to see the details.
The other thing I would like to look for in the library is the overall layout of the sewers, like the map of the sewers.
You do have that map.
We already have that one.
You
We already
that
have.
map.
Okay, so that map is.
You got that? Yeah, you got.
Well, I know
the-
we got a map of the sewers from Ansort, but I didn't know if it contained the which pipes go to which buildings.
It doesn't. And
That's
neither-
what I want.
Well, that doesn't exist in this library.
Okay.
Well, shit and shucks. Gizmo, what'd you find there?
You
Well,
You-
I found I found an escape route, but we don't. It's not a route of egress if I don't know how to get to it from the sewers.
My
You-
sparkly friend. when's
so
the
you
last
have
time
options.
We ran from
you
anything?
can find out, and if you use deduction and logic, you could guess which extended pipes go up to that one. But you'd have to really explore the parts of the sewers you didn't get to in order to do that.
Well,
I
you
can
know
go on
what?
a little side quest. and
Can
report
I
back.
compare the sewer map to a map of the city, like a zoning map, like a map that would have all the individual buildings in the city?
It roll-
Sorry,
give
I'm
me a-
getting really
give me-
technical.
Give me a D100.
Oh. The big boy roll.
You, with that kind of roll, you can kind of look at the individual buildings and figure out that there must be some east-west pipe that connects to the main sewer that runs over one set of buildings, including all the way to the east, the throne room. It also connects to see where remember the street is, like west to east in the city.
Yeah.
In this, there's another one connecting all the south buildings. It's kind of logical, where they drop, stuff in from the commodes down into the sewer, which feeds east to west. Remember, the flow went in one direction and then down to the sewer where the carrion crawler was.
Yeah. For the chat, stuff means poop.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
But
have.
it's logical architecture where there's
Okay.
basically they had laid out. This the sewers must have been built, and there's also, you can see in the laboratory where the workbench layout is, but it doesn't show the hidden rooms or anything. So that's definitely not on these maps, any hidden ways. But the sewer is a possibility, but You don't know how big the pipes are. You can't tell. It looks like maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 feet.
So it might be too small for one such as Gus to go through.
Not one of such a foob.
Yeah.
Well, Gus, I think you're the biggest member of our party at this point.
Yeah. I think
You know-
even Gus might be able to crawl through.
You know, Huckleberry.
Well,
uh,
let me put it this way. You know that bodies have been dropped down here
Ooh.
to flow. So
Right.
a
you can also
body,
put me in the bottle.
a humanoid body size had to fit through here.
Okay.
Rolling
You can put me in a
86,
bottle.
you get that. So
So I would like to mark on the sewer map that we have the route that I believe would lead us to the throne room.
Yeah,
I
we
can do
put-
that.
We can put you in a bag. We can put me in my bottle.
Oh yeah, you can go in
Now,
the bottle, and then
is
I
there-
can just.
Is there
leave it in
anything
the front.
else you want in the library?
Well, guys, is there anything else that you guys think should be researched in here? I've kind of been driving.
Boop does not read nonfiction.
kind of wonder if they. I kind of wonder if they have anything.
I
on,
don't read nonfiction. It's great.
Roger, you are really quiet. If you want to physically get closer to your microphone.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if they have anything on Rockham's construction or things like that.
That's a good idea.
There's nothing here about that, and I think you learned more in the laboratory and through the mass suggestion than you would have. However, there is a one kind of history of the kingdom of Maravik, because they call it the kingdom of Veravik. They don't call it a city. They consider it their own fiefdom, they are sovereign. The kings used to be traders, Trader. The city used to trade with all of the nearby, like, elven cities, even down through a lot of. There's only one sailing route, but they used to trade because they used to manufacture. Like, you don't know how, and you haven't seen this yet, but they used to manufacture steel and steel-related things like ball bearings and knives and swords, and used to trade that. But about the predecessors of Illis, who was Brewis, Brewis, Brewis was Illis's father, and there was an advisor that suddenly started working with Brewis, and he closed the city. So it's going back, like, his father and him. His father was poisoned and died, and now Illis Niete, his father, Brewis Niete, Niete, Niete. So Ielis, which is Iellis, if you want to take it for notes, Ielis, continued keeping the city closed. So the only thing they trade is for, like, some steel ingots for food. But they've stopped even that now that the place is sort of self-sustaining for food. It's, if you notice, you haven't seen much, but venison, boar, and chicken as proteins. And all of the vegetables seem like mushrooms, carrots, things that you could grow in. You wouldn't think some of them would grow in a cold environment, but somehow you're reading the history saying that under the guidance of Yelis, we have become more self-sufficient than ever before, and our sovereign has led us into a wonderful time of isolation and not dealing with the bad influence of the elves and the other parts of the kingdom.
Ah.
Okay.
So
good
it
for
sounds
you.
like they're just some fearful isolationist types.
Well, it wasn't that way until they don't have a note of who the person that was the assistant. It's kind of the hand of the king. They call it the assistant. It's an exalted position. The assistant
was
to the
able to
king
hear.
is like who's in charge when the king is resting or
We got a
whatnot. So
Jafar situation.
something
Yeah.
like that.
We must save them from his little finger.
Abu Bwa.
But you do know the name Sindori, who is the assistant to Elis.
Mhm.
So that's a little bit of history of the kingdom, with some nice charts and who begat who, and but this used to be a big. You haven't seen any of this, but they seem to be a great manufacturer of steel
Yeah.
and steel ingots for trading to other places so they can make weapons,
Can I,
steel and iron.
Steel and steel accessories.
unless anyone's taking these trade routes, can I have them? I'm trying to seduce a queen that is a dwarf that makes weapons and would love steel ingots.
Well, currently that's the city that does that. So you'd have to,
No, I just mean these reports. I just mean their
Oh.
trade routes and their reports and
well, the
because-
trade routes are well marked on the map.
okay.
Where really the only thing that you're aware of on the public maps are a sea route which goes down to Fagholm, due south, and then through that connects with any other places. There is a God, the 86 is a really good roll. Okay, the only thing you learn is that at some point there was in the history there was a fraction of one of the brothers of the king was exiled, and he founded the city of Nulbecker, which is the northern city, right by the word Alinori on the map. So Nulbecker is, they've declared it a city non grata, that no trade shall ever be given with Nulbecker, because it was 2 generations ago a brother was exiled, Bruce's father. His brother was exiled. It's kind of where this isolationist stuff may have started. That's what you find out in the library. So, you've learned a lot. Oh, you took good notes. what are you doing now? Are you heading back to the Blade? Are you? What's
I
your
mean-
next step?
I mean,
go in the sewers, guys.
all right. Let's go to the
I mean, it's
sewers.
if it
Probably-
doesn't serve a purpose right now, it's fine. I'm
I
just
thought we
saying.
came in through the sewers.
We did come.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
We
came in through the
Was I
sewers.
gone for that one? Was I
No,
gone for
you
that
were the
one?
Yeah,
most
you were
important
like-
part of
yeah,
that.
you were the
you
one
were
that
leading it.
telepathically.
Yeah,
You,
I remember that now.
I
Okay.
mean,
Oops,
yeah.
I liked it down there.
You befriended this, and you fed him a potion, which was from a Titan, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Rocket
my
made it.
Titan goop.
Titan blood, right?
Yes, classic Titan goop.
I don't think that we're ready to go check out Noblicker yet, so we should probably like.
I'm wondering if there's any way we can sabotage the city.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got the information. We've set out a landmine. We don't want to destroy their pieces. I mean, 'cause
Well, I
we do
mean,
want
we
them to
always just
send-
go on a shopping trip.
Oh, come on. You want to have a spa
Shopping.
day? Spa day? You know what? You might
I
as
already had a
well.
spa day yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
good.
If Boulder Gate has taught me anything, you should talk to the people that sell shit before you destroy their area.
That
I
seems
was
fair.
just thinking about destroying the walls.
Yeah. That's get
the
rid of the
gates?
defenses. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Given the time, how about you guys have a conversation at the Blade, and we'll pick it up what your next plan is next week,
Fair
because
enough.
it
Sounds
is
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
it's about that time
That
for a
works.
break. I think when you get so the cowboy comes in, and at this point, I'm going to tell you that Aleph is at the bar getting drunk.
All right.
Ansort is sitting at the bar as well. And Ansort looks at you and says, "Oh, hi, RKM and Arthur, and I don't know where your friends are, but hello, Mr. What's your name?
Oh, yay, haw.
Oh, yay, Mr. Yeehaw. Well, do you, Mr. Yeehaw, could I talk to my friends briefly?
Well, I mean, you do have a mouth to be flipping them gums, so yes, I can think that could be a fine thing for you should be doing with.
So
I'll just
basically
sit right
talks
over
to
here.
Arthur because he doesn't recognize you.
That's-
Arthur Ridley and RKM and says, I've heard that there's an emissary coming from, I don't know who, but someone very important is coming tomorrow to the city. We might want to lay low today until we know more about it, but I think the throne room might be dangerous right now. So let's maybe we can go talk about it upstairs. Hey, can we get some food up there? And fine. Usual order. 5. Yeah. Okay. I'll have it sent up. So the food and drinks are on the way. You have your nice suite. You do know next door are the rogues with Seifer. Are in the they are in the suite next door. You don't know if they're there, but as you go to your suite, and are you going to stay as the cowboy?
No, of course not. I get another chance to do another persona, of course.
Okay, so you come in the room and he goes,
I mean, like,
"Oh,
you know, that's funny.
Gus,
I mean, I'm putting
man,
on a
I understand the disguise. They are hunting you and Oob. And Oobs comes off the belt and goes,
Yeah.
oh.
Your crotch has a leak.
Oh my
Oh my
word.
Phrasing?
Dude,
Are we doing phrasing?
Oh yeah, that's
always.
definitely something I should get looked at. That is some. I mean, that's just not the run of the mill problems.
Is there a medic?
Is there a medic?
I don't think I can be saved. Just leave me here, guys.
Well, that's where we're going to leave it today. We'll pick it up next week. And you guys can think about during the week. The people
What's next?
can think about what your characters are going to do in the next session. And
All right.
guess what? The upgrade just finished. So I'll be able to do maps next week. All the maps I planned.
Combat.
I can do
Until
combat
next
maps.
week's Upgrade.
All right, everyone.
Yay!
We'll see you in a week. Have a great
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.